The art of progress is to preserve order amid change, and to preserve change amid order, by Alfred North Whitehead.
To our Chief BJMP, Jail Director Alan Esserel, members of the Command Group, Directors of Directorates, Chiefs of Offices, Regional Directors of the Jail Bureau, our partners and allied agencies, our stronghold and greatest support system from the local government units, other distinguished and special guests, and other personnel present. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the first quarter management conference for calendar year 2022 and to the launching of the BJMP Transformation Roadmap.
May we request everyone to please rise for the invocation to be led by Reverend Father Juan B. Buban.
Let us humbly put ourselves in God's presence. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Loving and gracious Father, we thank you for the opportunity to meet today, and asking for your guidance and wisdom as we begin this management conference. Please help us come together to make this institution reflect your kingdom. Breathe life into our ideas and decisions. Help us build a team that has love and respect at its heart. Give us the strength to continue working for your kingdom in this time of pandemic. Lord, come give us the inspiration to be best we can be. May be a shining example of your goodness and truth within, wherever we are. We come to you today asking for guidance and wisdom as we commence the launching of the BJMP Transformation Roadmap, J.A.I.L Plan 2040, that will enable us to be the Bureau, a world-class agency manned by competent staff that provides humane safekeeping and development of the persons deprived of liberty, as we live with our mantra, changing lives, building a safer nation. Inspire our thoughts, decisions, discussion, and ideas, and continue to remind us that all that we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the pursuit of the truth for the greater glory of you. All this we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Please remain standing for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisigil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdinig. Ang bituin na anak niya'y kailan may di magdidilim. Panang-araw ng langit pagsinta, ilalagay sa sarili mo. Aming ligawan na may mga kapit, ang lahat ay laylang dahil sa'yo.
You may now be seated, sir, ma'am.
To give his welcome remarks for today's activities, may we call on Deputy Chief for Administration of the Jail Bureau, Jail Chief Superintendent Ruel S. Rivera. Sir?
To our Chief BJMP, Jail Director Alan S. sir, the Deputy Chief for Operation, Chief Superintendent Dennis Yuro Comora, the Chief Directorial Staff, Chief Superintendent Paul Moreno. Of course, we have a lot of guests right here with us. From the Center for Police Strategy Management, Police Brigadier General Randolph Y. Balonglong, sir, represented by Police Colonel Victor V. Arevalo, the Deputy Director, my mentor, sir. Palakpakan natin. Of course, we have also Police Colonel Percy Nanette Madriaga, the Chief of Staff, ma'am, attorney. Morning. From the Department of Social Welfare and Development, we have Ma'am Jam Cares Banzon, the Director 3 of Office for Strategy Management, Ma'am Jennifer Joy Dumaraus, Planning Officer, Strategy for Management, our friends from HLAF, Sir Melvin B. Caimo, Sir Alfredo C. Alaras, there at the back. We have also from the Office of the Court Administration, Manila RTC Branch 31, Honorable Maria Sofia Teros Lidum Taylor, ma'am. Judge, good morning po. From the Philippine Business for Social Progress, Mr. Arnel G. Araneta, the Program Director. Of course, my classmate from the Bureau of Fire Protection, Chief Superintendent Wilberto Riconil A. Quan Chiu, the Deputy Chief for Operations. From the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, Mr. Rafael Barreto Souza, Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice Officer. We have also Attorney Dexter Diwas, National Program Officer for Prison Reform. Also our colleague from the International Committee of the Red Cross, Mr. Harry Tubangi, Health and Detention Lead, Convenor po ng ICRC. And also we have Ma'am Sarah Jane Salimbagat, our Detention Field Officer. Regional Directors of the Jail Bureau, Directors of Directorates, the Director of the Jail National Training Institute, Chief of Offices, Jail Officer Rank, Jail Non-Officer Rank, non-uniform personnel, other guests present here, good morning. According to Heraclitus, the only constant is life, is change. Change is inevitable in this devoured world. Disruption, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, and diversity. It is imperative that we learn to embrace and adapt to the changes presented by the environment and the prevailing circumstances. This is the groundwork behind the Jail Plan 2040. From our current state, we will undergo a journey for advancement, innovation, and long-term development towards good governance. Guided by the mantra, piitang maunlad, bayan ay panatag. Through the vision of our Chief BJMP and the joint efforts of the PNP Center for Police Strategy Management, Technical Working Group headed by our Chief Directorial Staff, Center for Jail Excellence in Strategy Management under the leadership of Superintendent Randel Ladosa, and every personnel behind this undertaking, we can see BJMP as a world-class agency, highly capable of providing humane safekeeping and development opportunities for persons deprived of liberty by the year 2040. Although this dream is still 20 years into the future, it would be better if we take this first step today via our calendar year 2022 first quarter management conference. And so as we open today's affair, I invite everyone not only to dream, but also to work collaboratively to make those dreams a reality. Without further ado, I welcome you to the launching of the J.A.I.L Plan 2040 and our first quarter management conference for calendar year 2022. Once again, good morning.
Thank you, sir. At this juncture, let us now proceed to the first part of today's event, the launching of the BJMP Transformation Roadmap.
But before that, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to all of our guests for joining us in introducing one of the milestones of the J.A.I.L Bureau.
The Bureau of Jail Management and Penology aims to be one of the world-class organizations with the goal of ensuring a quality, efficient, and transparent public service for a better and safer community. Hence, the creation of the BJMP Transformation Roadmap.
And now, to give us a brief background of the BJMP Transformation Roadmap, may we call on the officer in charge of the Center for Jail Excellence and Strategy Management, or the CJESM, Jail Superintendent Randall H. Latoza. Sir?
Our very distinguished guests and partners, to the Assistant Secretary for Public Safety and Security of the DILG, to Sir Alexander L. Macario, to Jail Director Alan S. J.A.I.L, our Chief BJMP, to our Deputy Chief for Administration, Jail Chief Superintendent Ruel S. Rivera, to our Deputy Chief for Operations, Jail Chief Superintendent Dennis Yuro Camora, to our OIC, Office of the Chief Directorial Staff, Jail Chief Superintendent Paulino Moreno, sir, the directors for directorates, the regional directors, NHQ office chiefs of offices, to my highly competent, energetic, and very pragmatic partners and colleagues in the Center for Jail Excellence and Strategy Management, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Today marks a bold new chapter in the annals of BJMP history. And I am truly humbled and honored to stand before you today to introduce this ambitious direction of our Bureau. This endeavor ensures the attainment of the Bureau's vision of becoming a world-class agency, highly capable of providing humane safekeeping and developmental opportunities for our persons deprived of liberty. The crafting of a first-time long-term strategy for organizational transformation and development, also dubbed as the Journey for Advancement, Innovation, and Long-Term Development Plan 2040, or simply the J.A.I.L Plan 2040, plots the course of the next 20 years of our Bureau. The blueprint gives directions and pathways for our journey towards realizing our dreams and aspirations for good governance, transformation, and development into a world-class jail and correction services agency in the Philippines. This journey traced its origins back to 2016 when the newly appointed, the then Secretary of the DILG, Mel Senen Sarmiento, visited our national headquarters. He was looking for our command group and our BJMP leaders to present a one-page strategy map that illustrates in a nutshell the Bureau's roadmap. Admittedly, and quite embarrassingly, our Bureau did not have this during that time. The Directorate for Program and Development has only the usual narratives for the medium-term development plan required for regular submission to the DILG Planning Service and the National Economic Development Authority, or the NEDA, at the onset of a new administration. During this time, several government agencies and institutions, including the military and uniformed services, such as the PNP and the branches of service in the AFP, were engaging themselves in the performance government system. The PGS is a framework for formulating and implementing strategies for governance reform capacities toward better service delivery. The system has been designed to achieve breakthrough results while consistently aligning with the institution's strategic roadmap. It uses strategic management tools or metrics called the Balance Scorecard. And it was developed by the Harvard University Business School professors Robert Kaplan and David Norton. It has become one of the most successful and widely used management tools globally. Initially, private companies embraced this tool. It was later adopted in public governance and had its version in the Philippines through the performance government system. The encounter with the then Secretary Sarmiento in 2016 prompted the BJMP leadership to send a cohort of BJMP personnel to attend the PGS bootcamp conducted by the Institute for Solidarity in Asia in San Fernando, La Union. The fellow was led foremostly by our beloved Chief BJMP, J.A.I.L Director J.A.I.L, the Deputy Chief for Operation of the Jail Bureau during the time. We attempted to start our PGS journey, but new priorities and governance strategies came in with the advent of the new administration. The BJMP PGS journey was stalled. But sometime in 2021, our Chief BJMP sought to revive our efforts to this and avail the offers of the assistance of his classmate, the Deputy Director of the PNP Center for Police Strategy Management, Police Colonel Victor Arevalo, and the then sitting Chief PNP General Guillermo Elizar. A brief learning and development session with the then Police Brigadier General Noel Baraceros was conducted and attended by the BJMP Command Group and the regional directors. Police Brigadier General Noel Baraceros was the former director of the Center for Police Strategy Management and is now the PNP Advisory Council for Transformation and Development chairperson. A technical working group led by our Jail Chief Superintendent Paulino Moreno Jr. as the OIC of the Office of the Directoral Staff of the Jail Bureau was immediately constituted to put into action the strong desire of our Chief BJMP to elevate the Bureau's standing in lockstep with other uniformed services, implementing the Balance Scorecard. During the latter part of 2021, the Technical Working Group conducted the strategic planning workshop with the regional directors of the Jail Bureau and a series of regular meetings for environmental scanning, crafting of the proposed strategy roadmap containing our mandate, mission, vision, core values, mantra, and strategic objectives in various component perspectives of the organization, among others, and agreed to name and call it as a Jail Plan 2040. Last December 13, 2021, the Center for Jail Excellence and Strategy Management was approved by the Secretary of the Department of the Interior and Local Government, Eduardo N. Año. The draft concepts about the BJMP National Advisory Council to be comprised of multi-sectoral stakeholders to support our programs, projects, activities, and other initiatives in line with the attainment of our mission and the ultimate vision towards 2040 have been in the pipeline of our priorities. The CGSM had its kick-off meeting last January 26, 2022, taking the baton from the Technical Working Group to pursue the Bureau's vision. The Center will serve as the focused office on coordination and integration of our present innovations and best practices efforts and initiatives aligned with the overall strategy of the Jail Plan 2040. The Center will ensure that the formulation, execution, alignment, management, and monitoring of agency scorecard is sustained, periodically reviewed, and evaluated to make necessary calibration following the needs of time. As the OIC of the Center for Jail Excellence and Strategy Management, I am well aware that there is still more to be done. I am incredibly proud of the officers and staff that comprise this new formed CGSM. We are still at the sensing stage as we navigate the new uncharted waters we will journey. But even at this early point, I already see the optimism and the zeal our team members have. The passion for ensuring that this new center will succeed in its mission is there. With the unfailing support and the direction and guidance of our beloved Chief BJMP, Sir J.A.I.L, the members of the Command Group, and the Technical Working Group for Jail Transformation, we are ensured of a successful journey. We hope this launching activity underscores the need for intensified collaboration and engagements as we begin cascading the roadmap and agency scorecard to our regions and local jail units. We recognize the significant roles of our regional directors and our noted guests present here today will play in this momentous undertaking. We also anticipate the formulation of the National Advisory Council that the CGSM, together with the Technical Working Group on Jail Transformation, will form the triumvirate that will ensure victory. Our hearts are complete and our purpose is clear. Rest assured that we will do our best to make you and the Bureau proud. Today, we take pride in presenting the BJMP strategy roadmap and our agency scorecard. This will define the Jail Bureau's desired state at the breakthroughs toward becoming a world-class agency. Maraming salamat po. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Thank you, sir. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, let us all turn our attention on the screen as we introduce the BJMP Jail Plan 2040.
Our vision of becoming a world-class agency is on the horizon, and it will be more phenomenal than any of us can imagine. Today, we are closer to reality. We know that in 2040 or earlier even, the BJMP will already be living the dream. Kaya naman, aking hinilikayat ang bawat isa na pagtulungan natin na ma-execute ang Jail Plan 2040 o ang BJMP Transformation Roadmap towards good governance. Mula dito sa taas, pababa sa mga jail units hanggang sa bawat miyembro ng BJMP. Join us in fulfilling this vision, and all together, let us all make this work. Let's do this. Let's do this.
The Bureau of Jail Management and Penology strongly believes that it is a catalyzing agent in the inclusion of persons deprived of liberty. So the PDL's journey depends greatly on the conditions of their jail environment and the support systems provided to them. With continuous development on penal management explained by jail officer servant leaders, PDL's success stories will become a testament to the Bureau's transformation strategy. The Bureau, together with other government agencies, heeds the call of the President's long-term vision and aspirations for the Filipino people as detailed in Ambition Net in 2040 with the quest, lasting transformation towards a world-class agency, highly capable of providing humane safekeeping and developmental opportunities for persons deprived of liberty. As the pathway to lasting governance reform, the Chief BJMP in 2019 instituted a 4G management strategy consisting of guard the gate, guard the bench, guard the purse, and guard the life. This opened the door to capacitate jail personnel and develop values and skills necessary in raising the Bureau's standards, all in preparation for the adoption of the reformed governance system. A technical working group for the BJMP's transformation plan was established, and a holistic and collaborative framework designed a roadmap of this journey for advancement, innovation, and long-term development plan 2040. The PND Patrol Plan 2030 balanced scorecard concept was adopted as the strategic management performance metric, and the initial crafting of the Bureau scorecard was assisted by the Philippine National Police Center for Police Strategy Management. The Center for Jail Excellence and Strategy Management was then created to ensure that the four key perspectives and resulting strategic initiatives delineated in the roadmap are properly implemented and ensure that the execution of systems are in place for the continuity of transformation initiatives. The BJMP roadmap identified four distinct, closely interrelated, and mutually supporting perspectives with specific strategic initiatives that, when achieved, will result to the realization of the Bureau's vision of becoming a world-class agency, highly capable of providing humane safekeeping and developmental opportunities for persons deprived of liberty by 2040. Enabling and optimizing use of logistical resources and right budgeting systems, modernization of jail facilities shall instill accountability and transparency and institutionalize the culture of good governance in the Bureau. Capacitating and developing intangible assets of BJMP personnel, such as internal skills and capabilities, are essential. Thus, information and organizational capital focused on obtaining and developing highly competent, motivated, and value-oriented personnel are sought to be the key to organizational success, being implementers of the Bureau's initiatives, projects, programs, and activities. The Bureau recognizes the need to adhere to the principles of a human rights-based approach of jail management. It is through this that the core competencies of attaining humane safekeeping and strengthening responsive and holistic welfare and development programs for PDLs can be achieved. BJMP, through the principles of Ambition 2040, will empower persons deprived of liberty to become productive citizens of the community. And with this, the Bureau can accordingly remain true to its mantra of changing lives, building a safer nation. Remain true to its mantra of changing lives, building a safer nation.
Chairperson of the Technical Working Group of the Jail Transformation Roadmap. Please all welcome Jail Chief Superintendent Paulino H. Moreno Jr., sir.
To our supervising Undersecretary, Nestor F. Kinsay Jr., sir, who is joining us virtually. The Chief of the Jail Bureau, Jail Director Alan S. J.A.I.L, sir. The Deputy Chief for Administration, Jail Chief Superintendent Roel S. Rivera, sir. The Deputy Chief for Operations, Jail Chief Superintendent Dennis Rocamora, sir. The distinguished guests who were already acknowledged by our previous speakers, the Deputy Chief for Administration, as well as the OAC of the Center for Jail Excellence in Strategy Management. But I would like also to add those who were invited and joining us virtually. Dr. Raymond E. Narab, Associate Professor of the Illinois University and Chief Consultant of the Presso Foundation Incorporated. Ms. Teresita S. Gomez, the Executive Director of the Presso Incorporated. And Ms. Hannah M. Lopez, Assistant Professor of the Department of Sociology, College of Social Science and Sociology of the University of the Philippines. Directorial staffs, chiefs of the management support offices of the national headquarters, directors of directorates, the regional directors, the regional command groups who are also joining us virtually, and those who are monitoring us through Facebook Live. Magandang umaga po at magandang buhay sa ating lahat. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Peter Drucker. I am delighted that at last we are officially launching our BJMP Transformation and Development Roadmap. This is the result of the collective efforts of the Technical Working Group, the Secretariat, the Regional Directors of the Jail Bureau, in the Center for Jail Excellence and Strategy Management, and ensuring that the aspirations of our Chief BJMP, Jail Director Alan S. J.A.I.L, will come into fruition. I would like to express at the outset my gratitude, salute, and admiration to all the members of the TWG, composed of the directorial staffs, the chiefs of the management support offices, the Secretariat, the newly created Center for Jail Excellence and Strategy Management, the regional directors of the Jail Bureau, and select jail officer and jail non-officer ranks, who contributed their talents in the series of workshops and meetings conducted to build this pathway for our good governance, transformation, and development. Likewise, to the Philippine National Police Center for Strategy Management for guidance in our journey of producing this journey for the advancement, innovation, and long-term development plan 2040, or simply Jail Plan 2040, with a vision, and I quote, by 2040, a world-class agency highly capable of providing humane safekeeping and developmental opportunities for persons deprived of liberty. This roadmap is anchored upon the Ambition 2040. Ito ang ating pangarap na kalagayan na nais marating sa darating na panahon, at ito rin ang ating magiging ambag sa pagkamit ng ating pambansang pangarap, ang Ambisyon 2040, na magkaroon ng isang matatag, maginhawa, at panatag na buhay ang bawat Pilipino. Our Chief BJMP wanted to have a long-range strategy roadmap for the transformation and development, since we do not have one so far, except for the medium-term development plans regularly drafted by our planning officers every time a new administration is elected and assume the responsibility of national governance. The Chief BJMP would like to start again our stalled efforts on this last 2016. This time with the assistance from the PNP CPSM. It started with a brief learning development session last May 12 of 2021 with the then Police Brigadier General Baraceros, retired, the former director of the PNP CPSM, and the then chairperson of the National Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development. With the guidance of our Chief BJMP, we immediately constituted a technical working group, whereby strategic planning workshop with the regional directors of the Jail Bureau ensued. Series of regular TWG meetings were religiously conducted. We agreed to adopt the name Jail Plan 2040, contents of the strategy map, agency scorecard, organization of CJESM, and also the organization of advisory council composed of multi-sectoral stakeholders to support our programs, projects, and activities to attain our strategic objectives. Indeed, in predicting our good future, as the management consultant and revered as the father of modern management, Peter F. Drucker, once pointed out, we have to create our future. Now that we defined our way forward, we will be guided in our journey traversing this governance pathway towards a transformed and developed BJMP. As you very well know, jail and corrections pillar in our criminal justice system in the country badly needs improvement. ang sektor ng mga piitan at bilangguan ay napag-iiwanan na ng atensyon. Hindi lamang sa larangan ng organizational development as shown by the highly fragmented setup of our jail and correction system, but more importantly, in its human resource development and in the modernization of our equipment and facilities. Jail Plan 2040 endeavors to provide solutions by setting strategic objectives, covering the four organizational perspectives, such as resource management, learning and growth, process excellence, and the community. On resource management, we aim to optimize logistical and financial resources in all facets of jail management. With the meager logistical and financial resource available, there is really a need to eliminate wastages to implement our initiatives with best results. By doing the extra mile, we can possibly look for augmentation or alternative sources of support from our stakeholders. Active linkages, collaboration, and synergy is a must. On learning and growth, we aspire to have human capital that are highly competent, motivated, and disciplined. It being the most important and valuable resource of any organization must be given premium in development efforts. Along this line, it must also be complemented by the improvement of information capital. We have to advance in technology infrastructure to make our jail officers well-informed, updated, and seamless in the delivery of our services. A proactive and resilient organization will make us relevant and responsive to the needs of the time. When our strategic objective under this perspective are fulfilled, surely we become highly capable. Similarly, development of our core process of safekeeping and development of PDL is vital in the fulfillment of our mandate. This aspect determines how effective our role in society in ensuring safekeeping and as agents of behavioral change of PDL as our contribution in building a safer nation. Strong adherence, great initiatives, and innovation must be pursued for us to be compliant with the Nelson Mandela rules or the United Nations minimum rules, standard minimum rules for the treatment of prisoners. Truly, being compliant with international standards will make us a world-class agency. On community perspective, an empowered release PDL, reformed and armed with livelihood skills and talents, who is not inclined to reoffend criminally upon release is one of our barometers how effective, relevant, and responsive the Bureau is in promoting public safety and security. In realizing our vision, CJSM will play a vital role since it will serve as the principally focused office on coordination and integration of our present innovations, best practices, and other initiatives aligned with the overall strategy of Jail Plan 2040. This office will ensure that execution, alignment, monitoring, and evaluation of the agency scorecard is sustained and periodically reviewed so as to make necessary calibration as need arises. A periodic strategy refresh is necessary, especially that this will cover 3 administrations of an elected president, starting from 2022 to 2028, 2028 to 2030, and 2034, and 2034 to 2040, which usually implement their respective platform of government. So, as we launch this today, let us all buckle down, start our journey together as one. The challenge is to cascade in regional and provincial offices in jail units will follow so that we will march in cadence and focus into one direction only. Everything that we do must be aligned with the accomplishment of every initiatives geared towards satisfaction of the strategic objectives. Dito dapat ay malinaw sa bawat isa hanggang sa pinakamababang jail officer or non-uniform personnel man kung saan tayo patungo at ano-ano ang mga hakbangin kung paano ito mararating. Kung kaya, dapat ay sabay-sabay tayong humakbang upang maisakatuparan ang bawat programa, proyekto at aktibidad na magsasabuhay ng mga estratehikong layunin ng Jail Plan 2040. This is a work in progress. It will no longer be business as usual. We have to introduce meaningful changes and innovations in order to leapfrog, if not pole vault, to an honest to goodness development of jail system in the country. By bringing development to our jail and correction system, we can truly claim that indeed we have a truly civilized society, or as Fyodor Dostoevsky, a Russian writer, said, and I quote, "The degree of civilization in a society can be judged by entering its prisons," unquote. Kaya naman, ang ating matinding panawagan sa lahat ng kasapi ng ating bureau, maging uniform o non-uniform man, tayo nang alamin ang Jail Plan 2040. Maging aktibong gumampan sa ating mga tungkulin na nanaayon sa mithiin ng ating kagawaran. Ang maging matino, mahusay, at maaasahan na mga lingkod bayan. Tara na, atin lakbayin ang landas na ito. Magtulungan at makibahagi sa paglakbay tungo sa iisang direksyon at paunlarin ang ating mga piitan sa buong bansa. Dahil tayo ay naniniwala na ang piitang maunlad, bayan ay panatag. Mabuhay ang Jail Plan 2040. Mabuhay ang BJMP.
Thank you, sir. This endeavor will never be possible without the assistance of our partner agencies who guide us in completing this project. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all recognize the invaluable support of our allied agencies. May we request our Chief BJMP, Alan J.A.I.L, sir, together with our command group and the officer in charge for CJESM, to lead the presentation of awards. Citation reads, "With our greatest appreciation, this plaque of recognition is hereby presented to Police Colonel Victor B. Arevalo, Deputy Director, Center for Police Strategy Management, for your invaluable support and assistance in the crafting of the Bureau's Transformation Roadmap, Jail Plan 2040, given this 8th day of April 2022, during the launching of the BJMP Transformation Roadmap at Ciudad Christian Resort, San Mateo, Rizal, Philippines. Signed, Alan S. J.A.I.L, Jail Director, Chief, BJMP. Also, same plaque of recognition is awarded to the Center for Police Strategy Management, to
juncture, let us now hear a message from the Chief BJMP, Jail Director Alan S. Iral. Sir.
Isang matagumpay na umaga sa lahat. For this day, we have a long list to thank. Our guest of honor and speaker, Secretary Eduardo Año of the Department of the Interior and Local Government, for being the source of support and guidance in every endeavor of the BJMP. Walang palya ang suporta na ibinigay ng ating butihing kalihim. Yesterday, I was informed that our placement and promotion system, the revised placement and promotion system of the BJMP was signed already by the Honorable Secretary. Palakpakan po natin siya. Of course, our Undersecretary for Public Safety, Yusik Nestor Kinsay Jr., Sir, at ang ating Assistant Secretary for Public Safety and Security, ASIC Alexander Macario, Sir, who are joining with us virtually. To Police Brigadier General Noel Alvarez Baraceros, you will always have our gratitude since that day in May 2021 when you made us understand the urgency of creating a strategic plan for BJMP to become its dream. You also aroused our consciousness when you quoted Francis Kong and told us, and I quote, "Anything that does not challenge you will not be powerful enough to change you." End quote. To Sir Noel, tandang-tanda ko pa po nung kinote mo ang aking statement in my speech during the crafting of our jail transformation roadmap when I mentioned that the BJMP needed to restate its vision, making it less ornamental and make it more functional, or something that once attained is felt from the management down the line and across the PDL masses, including the public. Parang kailan lang. Now here we are, ready for the change we have expected ever since we took the challenge of refixing our goals, reframing our perspective, and identifying our priorities to infuse transformation that has a significant impact on the entire organization. Only we can achieve this if we dare to make a huge leap to where we want to be as an institution. Dito natin masasabi na wala talagang imposible sa kawanihang nagtutulungan na makamit ang ating mga adhikain. The BJMP sincerely thanks our counterparts in the Philippine National Police Center for Police Strategy Management, headed by its Director, Police Brigadier General Randolph Balonglong, for the support they have provided to us since D1. With Police Brigadier General Balonglong, our Police Colonel Victor Arevalo, my classmate, the Deputy Director of the PNP CPSM. Palakpakan po natin. And also, Police Colonel Attorney Ercy Nanette Madriaga, Chief of Staff of the PNP CPSM. We have also with us partners from the Office for Strategy Management of the Department of Social Welfare and Development, Director John Caris Vanson, and Ms. Jennifer Joy Dumaraos, the Planning Officer. From the Judiciary, we are honored with the presence of Honorable Maria Sofia Terol Sodelom Taylor, the Presiding Judge of Manila RTC Branch 31. Let us also acknowledge the Deputy Chief for Operations of the Bureau of Fire Protection, my underclassman, Fire Chief Superintendent Wilberto Riconel Quanchu. Thank you for coming. The Dr. Alili Ani Grace J.A.I.L, the Assistant Regional Director of the Department of Health National Capital Region, and at the same time, Director 3 of the Metro Manila Center for Health Development. We are as honored to share this milestone with our friends and partners from the Humanitarian Legal Assistance Foundation Incorporated, to Attorney Romel Alem Abetria, its Executive Director, Mr. Melvin Caimo, and Mr. Alfredo Alaras. From the Philippine Business for Social Progress, we are pleased to have Mr. Arnel Araneta, its Program Director. We are empowered by the support today of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime through Mr. Rafael Barreto Sousa, the UNODC Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice Officer, and Attorney Dexter Diwas, UNODC National Program Officer for Prison Reform. We are thankful and overwhelmed by the presence of the International Committee of the Red Cross, Mr. Harry Tabangi, Health and Detention Lead, Ms. Sarah Jane Salimbangat, the Detention Field Officer, at siyempre, other guests who are with us virtually, Ms. Teresita Gomez, the Executive Director of Preso Foundation Incorporated, Professor Raymond Narag of the Department of Criminology and Criminal Justice, Southern Illinois University, USA. From the Academe, we have Assistant Professor Hannah Maria Lopez, our friends from the media, and from the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology with us, the members of the Command Group, Directors of Directorates, Regional Directors, Director NGMPTI, Chiefs of Offices, the Officer in charge of the newly constituted Center for Jail Excellence and Strategy Management, Jail Superintendent Randel Atosa, his team members, sila po ang punong abala upang maisakatuparan ang makasaysayang event na ito. So, may we give them a round of applause. Other key officers who are with us this morning, all personnel. Thank you all for your commitment and desire to really make today happen. Tingnan nyo, kaya pala natin. Isang taon lang ang kailangan. And now, here we are on the first day of breathing life into our vision. We are launching our BJMP journey for advancement, innovation, and long-term development plan or Jail Plan 2040 today. Hindi barya-barya ang pinuhunan natin upang balangkasin ito sa loob ng mahigit isang taon. More than anything, we have put in conscientious effort. We made precious time for this, and yet today, we are still making our first step toward becoming our dream BJMP. Yes, indeed, this achievement is a dream come true for all of us, but our main goal of achieving a world-class BJMP is yet to fulfill. Kaya naman, kailangan nating mag-extra effort in keeping each other on fire and committed. Kasi matagal-tagal pa ang biyahe natin. At hanggat hindi natin nakakamtan ang 2040 vision natin, bit-bit natin ang isa't isa. Let us make it our personal agenda to be on track with our individual as well as team goals. Without commitment, everything will just be a piece of paper. Let us not allow our hearts and minds to falter, even for a bit. I also urge our leaders, all of us here are leaders in our own spheres. Malawak man o maliit ang ating sakop, there's always some way for us to be of influence to others. And let us make this foothold an opportunity to steer people to one direction we are pursuing. Walang maiiwan, lahat susulong. Ngayon, higit kailanman, kailangan natin ang teamwork. It is the time when we have to recognize the worth and width of each other's position and functions, and how one's performance and service affect the unit he belongs to, and eventually the entire organization. Every bit of what we do, every one of us, counts in finally becoming our vision. Kaya hinihikayat ko ang bawat isa na pagtulungan nating matupad ang Jail Plan 2040. Mula dito sa taas, pababa sa mga jail units, hanggang sa maabot natin ang bawat miyembro ng ating bureau. Gayon din sa ating mga stakeholders, partner agencies at iba pang sumusuporta sa ating mga programa at aktibidad para sa mga PDL at personnel. Ang aming taos-pusong pasasalamat sa inyo. Hindi matatawaran ang ambag niyong tulong sa aming kawanihan at sana hindi kayo magsasawang umagapay sa amin. Kaya makakaasa po kayo na ang BJMP ay hindi kailanman titigil na iangat ang kalidad ng serbisyo publiko na aming ibinibigay. Sama-sama nating ipagpatuloy ang ating magandang nasimulan at abutin ang mga mithiin para sa isang mas maayos, ligtas at masaganang bukas. As we begin our future today, we commit to the Lord our jail plan 2040, and may our service bring glory and honor to Him. Let's do this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, let us hear a message from the Undersecretary for Public Safety, Undersecretary Nestor F. Pinsay, Jr., sir.
Sir Yusek, sir, you are on mute. Sir, good morning. You're on mute, sir. Sir, you're on mute, sir. We can still hear you, sir. Sir, we can see you, but we can hear you.
Wait, ay okay na, okay na. It's okay. Sorry. To all the BJMP personnel present, of course to BJMP Director Alan Iral and the command group, regional directors, directorates of the BJMP, the PNP guests headed by General Randolph Balunglong, my man before in PCRG, now the director of the CPSM, Colonel Rebalo of the PNP, other PNP guests, other guests present. Good morning to everyone. Sorry, I have kanina I have to start, but nakalagay doon the host is blocking me. That's why I cannot start immediately. Anyway, I'd just like to take this opportunity to talk to all the BGMP personnel because our tour might be ended by June 30. That's why I was supposed to be there in in San Mateo, but I have a scheduled flight for Davao. That's why I'm now here in Davao. So again, to Director Alan Iral, congratulations for coming up with this BGMP transformation roadmap for J.A.I.L Plan 2040. I'm congratulating each and everyone, and of course, pati si Colonel Randy Latosa for heading this J.A.I.L Strategic Office. And of course, thank you din sa ating mga Philippine National Police, especially to General Baroceros for helping and guiding the BJMP in coming up this J.A.I.L Plan 2040. I know sa umpisa pa lang ay kasama na ang PNP dyan in the crafting of the BJMP J.A.I.L Plan 2040. So, I'd just like to give some inputs also that yung experience ko during when I was with the PNP before, itong ating transformation roadmap, mayroon kanyan mayroon tayong tinatawag na itong 4 pillars na kailangan natin, ito yung ating matatransform natin. Una-una yung sa personnel. And then, of course, yung resources and the facilities. Third is yung ating jail management system. At yung pang-apat, yung ating pinaka-primary clientele, itong PDLs. So, sa akin lang, yung ma-measure natin yung success ng ating transformation roadmap if yung public perception on the BJMP is already aware ang ating public sa mga ginagawa ng ating BJMP. And of course, itong ating mga PDL na ating piniprovide ng ating services natin, ay pagbalik nila sa society, ay dapat meron tayong measurement doon na or minomonitor natin sila kung talaga ba sila ay na-transform natin into a better citizen. And of course, itong ating mga resources and new technology na dapat nating dapat nating ginagawa or dapat nating pinoprocure for us to have a better facilities and more efficient in providing safe and humane treatment to our PDLs. And of course, yung ating jail management system, kailangan parati yan nating namomonitor at yung ating sistema ay naayon sa human treatment ng ating mga PDLs. So as your Undersecretary for Public Safety, nagpapasalamat ako sa lahat ng suporta at mga yung inyong support sa office ng USPS. At marami tayong nagawa for the BJMP, and of course, andito rin ang ating Secretary Anyo to provide us also with the guidance. And hopefully, yung ating transformation roadmap ay ma-achieve natin. Not only by 2040 or dapat within this 5-year period. Yung sa PNP po, napakatagal din nating ginawa yon, and we have faces so many challenges and issues. Habang ginagawa natin yung transformation sa PNP, then magkakaroon ng mga issues on the PNP scalawags. Dapat sa BGMP, ganun din. Dapat will not let our people to ruin our transformation roadmap. Yan yung minsan nagpapa-black eye sa ating ginagawang changes o transformation. If we have a more disciplined personnel, walang mga abuses and mga inhumane act na ginagawa, then that's it. Maganda yung nagiging transformation, not only sa sistema, but to include yung ating personnel. Yun ang pinaka-importante. So again to all the BJMP personnel, congratulations. We hope that your roadmap to transformation will be achieved the soonest as possible. So again, thank you very much. In behalf of Secretary Anyo sa ating mga taga-PNP, thank you very much for your support and your contribution to the BJMP. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now let us hear a message from the Secretary of Department of the Interior and Local Government, Secretary Eduardo M. Año.
Undersecretary Nestor Kinsay Jr., our Undersecretary for Public Safety, DILG Assistant Secretary Alexander Macario, our Assistant Secretary for Public Safety and Security, Jail Director Alan Ira, the Chief of the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, members of the Command Group, Jail Chief Superintendent Noel Rivera, the Deputy Chief for Administration, Jail Chief Superintendent Dennis Rocamora, the Deputy Chief of Operations, Jail Chief Superintendent Paulino Moreno Jr., Officer in Charge, Chief Directorial Staff, all regional directors of directorates, and chiefs of officers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Isang mapagpala at magandang araw sa lahat ng mga tagapagbantay ng mga Pilipino. Today, I am one with you in celebrating the launching of your journey for the advancement, innovation, and long-term development plan 2040, or Jail Plan 2040. Congratulations for successfully crafting and unveiling this long-term strategy for organizational transformation and development. I once read a quote by Jim Brown that said, and I quote, "We all need lots of powerful long-range goals to help us past short-term obstacles." End of quote. Indeed, many of us here today have faced a slew of obstacles and challenges these past 2 years because of the rage of the COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, I know that a lot of you have been working 24/7 for weeks on end without once catching a glimpse of your family members, loved ones, and friends. Not only that, but many of you have had to shoulder multiple tasks to perform different roles all at once because of resource and manpower insufficiency. Kaya naman, malugod kong pinapasalamatan ang bawat isa sa inyo sa inyong mahabang pasensya at pagsisikap gampanan ang inyong tungkulin kahit na nahihirapan, nalulungkot, o nababaw na kayo sa ilalim ng samot sa ating. Thank you for your unwavering commitment and professionalism throughout this time. Thank you for striving to implement the standard health protocols even amid the high congestion rates. To vaccinate 18,555 jail persons and 124,533 PDLs, in spite of budgetary constraints, and to work around limitations to ensure that our programs and initiatives continue. Truly, it takes an impressive visionary leadership to guide an entire bureau towards the accomplishment of organizational goals. Dahil dito, binabati ko si J.A.I.L Chief Alan sa kanyang matalino, mahusay at patapat na pag-akay sa ating mga uniform at non-uniform personnel upang may patupad ang 4G management strategy. Thank you for guarding the gates by intercepting and confiscating various contrabands in jails, decreasing jail escapes by 50%, and reducing the number of jail disturbances by 45%, as well as inhibiting the proliferation of violent extremism and terrorism in jails. Thank you for guarding the purse by raising around 4 million pesos for the BJMP Bayanihan 1 and 2 Fund, procuring various military supplies and equipment, and completing 8 construction projects for fiscal year 2020. Thank you for guarding the bunch by providing our jail personnel with mandatory and specialized capacity building courses and trainings, and for guarding the lives of our PDLs by enhancing their skills to the alternative learning system and different livelihood programs, giving them e-jail services such as the e-dalaw, telemedicine, telehearing, e-kumustahan, among others, and purchasing 47 million accumulated worth of agricultural food products from agrarian farm beneficiaries organizations. So as we step further into April and approach the upcoming 2022 May election, I urge the BJMP to pave the way for PDLs in our jail personnel to exercise the right of suffrage. Manatili rin tayong nagpartisan at iwasan ang pamumulitika. We are a public service. Our loyalty belongs to the Philippine people alone. Hence, we must not be swayed by any political agenda, pressures, or temptations. Rather, let us do our jobs faithfully and remain true to our mantra of changing lives, building a safe nation. Gawin natin ito sa pamamagitan ng pagpapatuloy ng pagreforma ng ating mga PDLs. Involve their families and communities in the reformation programs. Partner with barangays, CSOs, and NGOs to provide PDLs with free legal and livelihood assistance. Help the newly released individuals reintegrate into the society and assist them seek opportunities and find sources of living once they are free. Reduce social stigma against PDLs and the newly released by raising awareness and advocating for compassion among Filipinos. At dagdag pa rito, makipag-ugnayan sa Judikatura upang mapabilis at mapag-ibayo ang justisya nang sa gayon ay lumuwag ang ating mga PSAs. Further pursue the construction of more jail facilities as well as the BJMP BAP Public Safety Hospital. Moreover, coordinate with the PNP and the LGUs to iron out the roles and responsibilities of both bureaus on the COVID testing and vaccination of incoming PDLs being transferred from police detention centers. Capacitate our jail personnel, look after their well-being, and enhance learned capabilities to gather intelligence among PDLs linked to illegal drugs, communist insurgency, violent extremism, and terrorism. Indeed, the task at hand are tall, steep, and daunting. We do not know what lies in store for the BJMP when the country's leadership changes. However, always know that you have your BILG family to lean on and seek guidance from where you need our support. Alalahanin narito lamang kami upang tulungan at suportahan ang BJMP sa inyong bawat takbang tungo sa kapayapaan, kaligtasan at kaunlaran. May all our efforts now soon pave the way towards a peaceful and safer future for the entire Filipino nation. Again, congratulations on the successful launch of your J.A.I.L Plan 2014, and may you have a fruitful first quarter calendar year 2020 management conference later. Thank you to all the unsung heroes of Philippine society, our unwavering, highly dedicated, and professional J.A.I.L personnel. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay ang BJMP.
Eight sides representing an organization that epitomize wholeness, reliability, and security, giving salience to its people, who toils for progress and innovation. That true handshakes, agreements, critical thinking amidst fairness, equality, balance, harmony, and again, the J.A.I.L Plan 2014. Pledge of commitment, sir.
I would like to request all BJMP personnel inside to please stand up. Kindly raise your right hand and repeat after me as we recite our pledge of commitment. Pledge of commitment. We take this pledge to commit ourselves towards the realization of the Bureau's Transformation Jail Plan 2040. We pledge to support and collaborate with the directorates, centers, and offices tasked to develop core programs and strategic initiatives that promote the welfare of not just the persons deprived of liberty, but of all BJMP personnel. Okay, thank you.
The first batch, Chief BJMP together with the commander. Please be ready to our second batch, our guests. Let us now proceed to the second batch, our guests. Sir, ma'am, kindly proceed to the commitment wall. For our third batch, please be ready. The Secretary to the Committee Group, the Directors of Directorate, Chiefs of Offices. Let us now move to our third batch. The Secretary to the Command Group, Directors of Directorate, and Chiefs of Offices. Please proceed now to the commitment wall, sir, ma'am. Secretary, the Regional Directors, and the NJMPCI Director. Once again, our fourth batch. Please now proceed to the commitment wall, Sir Ma'am, the Regional Directors, and the NJMPCI Director. BJMP Roadmap Technical Working Group. Let's now move to the fifth batch, the BJMP Roadmap Technical Working Group. Sir Ma'am, now, together with the fifth batch, all personnel from Center for Jail Excellence and Strategy Management. Sir Ma'am, kindly proceed now to the commitment wall.
please proceed in front. Again, calling all personnel from tables 11 and 15, sirs and ma'ams, you may now proceed in front. Tables 4 and 5, please be ready. Thank you, sirs and ma'ams. Tables 4 and 12, you may now proceed in front. All of our invited guests, you shall be escorted by our ushers and usherettes to Maharlika Tivoli Hall for some refreshments and socialization. Tables 14 and 13, please be ready, sirs and ma'ams. Please proceed in front, sirs and ma'ams. Thank you. Tables 1 and 8, please be ready, sirs and ma'ams. For tables 1 and 8, you may now proceed in front, sirs and ma'ams, for the photo opportunity. Please be ready, tables 7, 9, and 17.
Thank you, sir, ma'am. May, now, may we now request the members of the command group for the photo ops, sir, ma'am. Once again, may we request the members of the command group for the photo ops, sir, ma'am. And that concludes the launching of the BJMP Transformation Roadmap. Thank you, Sir Ma, and congratulations to all BJMP personnel and stakeholders who were behind the success of this launching. Our profound gratitude for your unending support to the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. Once again, thank you very much for joining us in this momentous occasion.
We will have a 15 minutes break.